Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to start an astrology and spirituality live stream. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy the content, leave a like and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. Let's make this type of content reach out to more people so we can have better mentalities and perspectives about ourselves. Today we are going to talk about Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Capricorn. It's a lot of Saturn energy because Aquarius is the external masculine side of Saturn and Capricorn is the internal feminine dark side of Saturn as well, right? So it's all today about structure, building something, networking, team working for some real objectives, you know what I'm saying, for some real goals, some real changes in the world that work, make sense, and can bring last longing solutions, right? Because what we see many times in the world is sporadic changes, sporadic waves, because the astrological alignments and people's desires and ideas are very passerby, right? And what most people struggle with, especially working together, is to create things that last long, create solutions that last long, right? And with the Sun in Aquarius and the Moon in Capricorn, we can see how to start new feelings and new attractions that can lead us into last longing, positive, good changes in our life. So we're going to see how to do that. We're going to take a look at all those things right now. Remember to use the links down below to reach more of my content, to join our Discord to know when we're live, and to have access to some daily tarot readings and some daily astrology readings, and also ask some readings or personal consultations with myself, right? So first and foremost, let's take some tarot cards and drag an oracle card as usual. Let me just get some settings here corrected so we can have the best live stream, right? And let me know in the comments down below how Aquarius season has been to you. How are you traveling with your spaceship, aka mind, feelings, emotions, and body, right? And let's go. So with the Sun in Aquarius, we are seeing, expressing, acting, and envisioning in more unique, logical, individual, and regarding the world ways. With the Moon in Capricorn, we are creating new feelings or just going through or receiving new feelings about reality, structure, limits, boundaries, business, status, and associations, but all on a very personal level. Because Capricorn opposes Cancer as well. So it's the more realistic, the more profitable sign of the fourth house. And when I say profitable, it's not about money. It's about, is that relationship profitable to you? Can you make works? Can you make things work together? Does that relationship make sense? Or is that person drawing you too much? Or is you drawing that person too much? Is you guys building something together or just building chaos? Just building moods and emotions and feelings that you can't work on to build something stable that will support yourself in the future, right? When I say profitable and I'm drawing the opposition between Capricorn and Cancer, it's always about that type of profit, not really money and status and structure. I mean, it is, but on a more personal level between you and that person, between you and your personal environment. That's why Cancer is right after Gemini. The fourth house is right after the third house, because the third house is your environment, your general environment, and Cancer is your personal environment, how you feel and go personally through those things. You know what I'm saying? So let's take first tarot card for today. But also Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Capricorn, right? The ability to see and act in more fixed and consistent ways about those new feelings and emotions in order to create healthy limits and boundaries, right? That make sense and are profitable to you by using your unique expressions, actions, and visions, right? So this is a good way to filter people, ideas, spaces, and associations around you. If you are expressing in a unique and fixed way your limits and boundaries, and they don't respect your value, they don't respect those limits and boundaries, they think you are being bad to them, or they think you don't deserve that attention, you don't deserve that space, you don't deserve that limit and boundary, it's because they don't see you in the way as you see yourself, or they see you lower than you see yourself. So you and them don't deserve to be around together, right? Because you are seeing yourself, your business, your limits, your boundaries, your ideas in a unique way, in an original way, and they think, oh, it's not worth it, it's not this, it's not that, it's too this, it's too much that. And while they are not being unique, while they are not being realistic, while they are not initiating within themselves these new limits and boundaries that make sense and are profitable to them or to you. So it's a good time to filter people around you that you can build with, that you can really associate and connect with, to make something work, to make something real, to make some real changes in the world, right? Because those are the most important relationships, and your romantic relationships should be like that. A person that you are connected with that goes beyond sexual desires. It also has that, but you together can go beyond that. That goes beyond security, goes beyond safety. And the goal is that you and that person together can build nations, quote unquote, build your own world, build your own routines, build your own profit, build your own visions, build your own associations, build your own networks, because most relationships, they just like stay where they were individually, but now together. Now they have to hang on with each other shit. They have to go through each other shit instead of building their new stuff together, right? And I made a vice versa interview here on the channel with Yomna, and she said that, or something related with that, that in the past people were trying to build nations and now they are not. And then I come up with the idea like people in the past were trying to build nations, today people are trying to build insecurities and try to make you respect and justify their insecurities. The LGBT community, I'm not against them, but most people, not all people in that community, they just want you to validate their insecurity. Because before that community appeared, there was gay people. And there was gay people that were accepted by their communities. Yes, there was way more prejudice, but the real powerful gay people were able to be themselves and not feel any weird way because they built that mentality. They made people around them see them as not bad, not as within so much prejudice. But nowadays, people that are different and they don't fit into the society, they don't want to build that image. They don't want to build that strong mentality and make others realize, bro, I'm not bad. I'm just being myself. No. What they do nowadays, they make you feel bad. They make you feel guilty. They make you feel like you should respect them without doing anything to earn your respect. That makes no sense, right? And this go real deep until we have some parts in the world that they're trying to normalize pedophilia. That makes no sense, right? You shouldn't do that. You should stop doing that instead of trying to normalize that. You know what I'm saying? So instead of building nations, People are trying to build up on their insecurities and weird desires and make others around them agree with that, validate that. No, 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 no. Either you do that on your own individual time, or you can't force people to do that. You can't make people be shameful on that. You know what I'm saying? You'll go nowhere. You'll just create the opposition. You'll just create friction. You'll just create not an infinite, but you'll create a cycle of hate and revenge. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need the LGBT community, right? What we need is people that have those sexual preferences to just be themselves and accept that some people will not enjoy the way you are, but if you are yourself, most people will accept the way you are. It is what it is, right? Just the same thing as these black communities, they only work to segregate more, right? Because, for example, communities or websites that support black owner business, bro, you are separating. You are separating, right? Because I don't care if that business is Asian or black or whatever. Is it a good business? It has a good product. That's all I care, right? So why you are telling me that's the black-owned business? I don't give a fuck. You are just separating more, right? Because I know a lot of people that are quote-unquote black, because you're not black. That's a term, it's actually an esoterical term referring to people lost in their emotions. And because those black people, quote-unquote, didn't saw themselves in a racist perspective, they didn't engage spiritually, mentally, and emotionally speaking into racism, they were not treated differently. And they were working at certain places where other black people were treated differently because they engaged that on themselves. They saw themselves through racist perspectives, right? It's all about that, right? And we have to do the most to not separate ourselves as much, because all these communities are separating society instead of bringing society together, right? Because bro, this is some Saturn talk. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Capricorn, talking about the world, talking about networking and association and how the world is being built in front of your eyes. Because today is about building a literal building, or getting a better building for your business, for an example, or building a mentality, building character, building society, building nations, right? And each day, each moment that you are awake and conscient, you are building something. You are building a perspective, or a relationship, or a business, or some laziness, or some procrastinating. The spirit is always creating. You can't stop creating, right? That's why people that say that the universe is not infinite, or people like Lavoisier saying that energy can't be created, that's not true. Your spirit is always creating something. We're always expanding the universe. All possibilities is endless. Your spirit is endless, right? But right now I see a lot, just way more separation. And they're trying to be inclusive, right? For example, in certain social media pages, you can say certain words, right? So there is actually no freedom of speech. Okay, America, stop believing in your land of the rights, land of power of the people. No, you can say certain words. You'll be shamed, or your account will be deleted. And that's just separating more people instead of bringing people together. The N word, bro, that's such a childish mentality. Oh, are you allowed to say the N word? The black people around you allow you to say the N word? In the first place, I can say what the fuck I want. Freedom of speech, right? And then the N word doesn't mean what you think you mean. The N word, in the purest sense, means people that are using theirs or others' emotions to manipulate and deceive. Because it comes from the word naga, which means the serpent. And what does the serpent mean? The flesh, the bodily desires being because the serpent doesn't have legs, they walk on their belly. Their perspective of the world is very lowly. Because one of the greatest evolutionary traits of humans was the ability to stand on two legs, the ability to see above the grass or the ground level, So you can see better, you can plan better, because humans before was all about traveling and moving to certain places. So if you can see the landscape, you can plan your travel better, you can be more efficient, you can see the predators, you can see the prey. But if you like the snake and always with your belly on the ground, you can't see shit, you don't see shit, you don't know shit. So the Naga, the N-word, represents people that are lost in their emotions. So spiritually speaking, they're always crawling in a low perspective. Their mentality is not big. They are not aware of many stuff. It doesn't go further than that. It doesn't mean slavery. It doesn't mean people that were enslaved. But people that were enslaved and people that were enslaving, they were the N-word. Because they were using emotional manipulation to enslave people. And by the way, it's completely wrong that people think that the white people enslaved black people. No, no, no. Because slavery was all around the world. And somebody taught the white race how to enslave. Because before white people went to Africa, black people were enslaving each other. Bro, in South America, the Incas were enslaving the people around them. In Asia, like Korea, has one of the longest histories of enslaving people, right? And it wasn't just black people, it was everybody around them. Their own people. Slavery always starts with their own people, always. And the Arabs enslaving their own people. Even the Jews, right? Not the Jews as in the religious Jews, right? But people that originate from Israel and wherever, they were enslaving their own people, right? Because that was the fuel of the old world. It was labor, physical labor, and emotions and feelings, because slavery starts in the mind, and religion is a form of slavery. So anybody that thinks that white people started slavery, they're super wrong. Black people were enslaving black people, white people were enslaving white people, yellow people were enslaving yellow people, red people from North America were enslaving red people, and then they started enslaving somebody else. It's not like Africa was this paradise and white people came there and stole all their shit. Bro, Africa has the most history about wars and shit. Because when you talk about Africa, you're talking about one of the most diverse continents in the world. They have so many spiritual belief systems. They have so many religions, so many cultures that and they don't mix each other. They would literally kill the other tribe because they believe in something different. Right? It's not white people came to Africa and started enslaving. They learned, most likely, I'm not sure, but most likely they learned from black people. And you know what? Most likely some black dude sold black people to white people. Duh. It's not, bro, it is, okay, bro, this is some real shit, this is some real conversation that people need to understand that it's not white people came to there and enslaved that shit. No, it was already happening. And they were like, oh, I can take part of this. And because I'm less emotional and a bit more logical, I can make this more efficient. And I can use this to conquer other parts of the world. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Bro, I have YouTube saying me I have no viewers. I have at least one viewer. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is telling me I have 0. Shut up, YouTube, you drunk. Go home. Because we really need to understand how this happened. You can't just listen to somebody else telling you about history. They're not wrong. They're just incomplete. You have to be like, bro, hold on. How is the white people coming to Africa and they just start enslaving them? Africa has way more people, way stronger tribes, because the only thing gathering white people together was religion, while in Africa they have some real connection, there was some real SoulGroup shit, and they had this warrior mentality. They had this warrior tribe shit. While white people, they have this snob shit. So which is stronger? It's the warrior shit. It's the tribe shit. The black people have way more power together. So how did they lost their power? They gave it away. It's always like this. Nobody can take your power away, only if you gave it. So some black people sold other black people to the white people. That's for sure, man. That's for sure. There is no way some white dudes come over Africa in one boat and enslave all that shit. It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. Alright? But, out of the way, all that shit, we're talking here about spirituality and astrology. But once again, slavery comes from the spirit. Comes from when a group of people know about their spirit, they know about their alignments, they know about themselves, and another group of people don't know about spirituality. They don't know about themselves. They are lost in their animalistic natures. And the people that are not lost, right? People that are not lost in their animalistic natures can enslave people that are lost. Because slavery starts with, oh, I'm gonna give you something and you work for me. Oh, I'm gonna give you shelter and you work for me. I'm gonna give you this and you work for me. And why does that work? Because this group of people were not able to do what these guys are offering for themselves. And the guys that started enslaving, convincing them, hey bro, you can't do this without me. You can't reach heaven without my God. You can't reach eternal life without my scripture. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Ottoman Empire was empire because of slavery trade, exactly. Saturn energies today, real shit. And Mars in Capricorn today as well. Exalted. Because we gotta be passionate about that shit. I see a lot of memes, you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of jokes, always talking about white people enslaving black people. I never see about black people enslaving black people. I never see shit talking about the Incas enslaving people from the Amazon and shit. I never see these jokes or history mentions about Asian people enslaving Asian people. You know, bro, China was enslaving people from Mongolia, from Japan. Mongols, once upon a time, slave traders. Ottoman Empire, slave traders. It's not just whites enslaving black. Everybody was doing that back in the day. And the Portuguese was the first people to stop that shit. Right? Over in Brazil. So, if not, the white people stopped that shit, not started it. People have this convoluted version about history. The white people was like, bro, this is some bullshit, because the white people, or the higher octave white people, because this is just like zodiac signs, you have the higher octave, they know what they are, they know what they're doing, and you have the lower octave, they don't know what they are, they don't know what they're doing, right? So the high octave white people, they are more logical, they are less emotional. So they're like, hold on, this is some bullshit. This makes no sense. Because, yes, they can work for us, but have decent conditions. They can work for us and we make sure the work is efficient. Yes, they can work for us and we give them shelter. We teach them how to believe in themselves. We teach them how to know what the fuck is going on. So white people stopped slavery, not white people started slavery. Yeah, that is saying real shit in the chat. Everyone participated, but some had the heart to stop it before others. Right? So the point is, white people did not start slavery. That shit was already happening all over the world, because that was the most powerful energy source. Today we have fuel. Today we have renewable energy, atomic energy. Back in the day, guess what? It was some human energy. That was the fuel of the world. Human energy, mental energy. If you make a mental template and a whole part of the world believes in it, they will build statues about your God. They will build temples about your God. Right? They will plant the crops to offer to your God. They will enslave and kill other people for your God. That's how shit works, bro. That's how shit works. So white people did not start slavery. White people, or some white people, stopped slavery, right? And if you go and listen to a historian, they're gonna say the other way around. No, white people started slavery. No, hell no. People always fought for energy, yes, because people, or hold on, Saturn is the furthest away planet, the furthest away chakra, the furthest away position of the sun. So but most people can't really see Saturn. They know it's there, but they can see it clearly. And what is Saturn? Teamwork, network, structure, limits, boundaries, efficiency. So, back in the day, people had way less Saturn energy than we have today, right? So people didn't know how to work together. People only knew how to use Saturn to separate. That's why Saturn in old times is depicted as some demonic shit. Because people didn't saw the day side of Saturn. People were not doing some Aquarian shit. People were doing some Capricorn shit. Contracts, slavery, imprisonment, blood sacrifices. That means sacrificing your emotions and shit like that. And they were not working together in the right way. They were not making teamwork. They were not making associations and organizations. They were enslaving, manipulating. How do you think all this shit of kings and queens came up? First, it came from the Bible, because in the Bible it says that God chose the kings and queens. Bullshit. They chose themselves. But how you think a whole nation... Look, Portugal. Portugal is a small nation, 10 million people, right? And that's just for you to understand the scale of this. How you think even a small nation like Portugal is ruled by one king? Because there was emotional manipulation. Because a group of people made a whole group of people believe that they don't know shit. So if you don't know shit, you have to follow me because I know all the shit. Cap, that's Cap, shut the fuck up. That's Cap. That's not true, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Because that concept of kings and queens, and even the concept of presidents, is a higher form of slavery. Because how it worked in king's times is, oh, I have land, and you work on the land and you pay taxes. That's slavery. It's a better form of slavery, but it's slavery. Because people didn't own the land. But people work the land. People work with the cows and the bulls and the chickens, and they plant shit. And then the king soldiers comes in and takes 60% of that shit. But you know why? In a kind of paradoxical way, because the kings and queens, or whoever started that shit, worked really hard in the esoteric realm, worked really hard in the mental realm, because you need to be a powerful individual to do that shit, right? And the first king was the right king, or was the righteous kingly energy, because people around them was like, hey bro, you can lead us. You can make us work together. You can inspire us. But then, down the road, some motherfucker was like, hey, I can be the king and enslave them instead of inspire them. It's all that shit. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. But real Saturn energy today. Real Saturn energy today, right? So, tarot card for today's energy. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Capricorn, seeing the new limits and boundaries in a more unique and stable way. Let's see what card we have. There we go. There we go. Reversed 8 of Pentacles. What does that mean, yo? It means that everybody today is feeling a bit stuck in a routine, in a pattern, in a circumstance, in a limit, in a boundary, in a contract, or you were working really hard and for a long time in a routine and pattern, and now you feel supported by it. Now you feel empowered by it, but you or others are misunderstanding, misjudging, and misusing that routine, that pattern, that business, that limit, that boundary, and that contract, right? So you either stuck in a physical circumstance and you are misunderstanding it, or you are being supported by a physical circumstance and you or others are misunderstanding it. Let's take a Dragon Oracle card to clarify these energies. Let's go, let's go. Oh, here we go. Silver Dragon, yeah. Yeah. So in order to clean the misunderstanding from that card over there, in order to clean this misunderstanding, in order to make sure that the routine and pattern, the physical circumstance and contract that you are in is supporting you, you can use the Silver Dragon. And what means the Silver Dragon? The Silver Dragon means, let me just find it here. Means for you to be more or to think in more sophisticated ways, to care more about your core set of values, to prioritize your stability, to prioritize your circumstances instead of others' circumstances, to prioritize your values instead of others' values, to make sure that you secure, you have something to eat, you have something to care and work about. Right? Because you might be stuck in that Eight of Pentacles because somebody is using some Naga spells on you and they're making you feel guilty. They make you feel like you should be doing something because of their situation. Bro, it's your situation. That's your responsibility. I have my own situation to work for. I have my own security and stability. I have my own core set of values to take care of. And I'm doing so. And guess what? If you do the same, you will not feel stuck anymore. You will feel supported. Right? Because, again, Saturn talk. Let's talk about work. Many people complain about their work, complain about their routine and pattern, but they ain't doing shit to change it. Right? They complaining, oh, my body hurts, I can't sleep well, but they work in the same place or in the same type of job for years and years and years, and they have not creating any business, didn't look for a better job, as in a job that doesn't hurt them so much, right? Didn't look to create nothing together, but they keep complaining, and they want the government to do something, they want the company to do something, bitch, they ain't doing anything for you. You work for them. Shut the fuck up. That's how they think. You shut the fuck up. You work for me. Shut up. I'm not gonna make you a better working place. Shut the fuck up. That's how they treat the employees, bro. Bro, you really have to do something for yourself. Nobody will. Nobody will work for you if not you. Nobody will improve your situation if not you. So stop complaining and start creating. Moon in Capricorn, Sun in Aquarius. What the fuck you waiting for? You have these new feelings, especially Mars is in Capricorn too, exalted. So I'm pretty sure you're feeling the passion, you're feeling the heat, you're feeling the motivation, you're feeling the aggressiveness, you're feeling the frustration. So stop complaining and start creating today. Do something that in the future can support you. Oh, my job this, my job that. Shut the fuck up. Be grateful you have a job. Be grateful you have stability, and use that stability to build something that will support you in the future, that you care about, that you have interest on, that you see profit and potential on. Oh, my job this, my boss that. Shut the fuck up. Make sure you're building something that you can be your own boss. So you can only complain about yourself. Real shit. Real shit. Oh, but my hands hurt. Bro, guess what? If you keep working on that place, you can move your hands in the future. Duh. Because sometimes I don't understand humans, bro. They be working in these fucked up jobs because the problem is not the job is itself, is that they don't have anything else behind it, right? So they be complaining, they be hurting, and they feel proud. They feel, bro, I've worked my ass off for 50 years. Bro, your situation is shit. Well done. Exactly, says Daria on the chat. A 9 to 5 is only a launch for your own shit, yeah. But people think it's enough. No, it's not. Why are you complaining then? Why you can't sleep then? Why you restless then? Why you have no motivation and spark in your life then? Because that job is not enough. Simple as that. Your body's all fucked up, your mind is all fucked up, and you think that's a good situation? You think that's a good routine and pattern to continue for years to come? The hell not. It's time to change, people. It's time to change, man. All right. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Leave a like and subscribe. Use the links down below. All that shit. So, like we said, Sun in Aquarius, again, like we talked yesterday as well. The ability to see, act, and express in more unique, stable, and individual ways with your mind, thoughts, ideas, conversations, and the ability to see things in a broader perspective and in logical ways. Moon in Capricorn, feeling, attracting, reacting, and responding to or in new, realistic ways about your circumstance, about your limits, your boundaries, and any circumstance that you might feel stuck into, right? Then, Moon conjuncting Mars and Venus, right? Because Mars and Venus are in Capricorn as well. Feeling the passion or the frustration about your current circumstance and attracting feelings or visions that will allow you to change by creating new feelings and new routines, right? Moon in Capricorn conjuncting Venus in Capricorn, attracting or feeling new pleasures, new commitments, and new connections that can allow you to build new limits and boundaries or receive validation from those new limits and boundaries, right? In the negative way, Moon in Cap conjuncting Venus in Cap, receiving validation by creating a new limit and boundary, but in the same scenario, in the old scenario. Negative side of Moon in Cap conjuncting Mars in Cap, being passionate and frustrated, but not changing shit. Just creating a new cycle in the same place, right? Then, Moon in Capricorn, fatal attracting Mercury in Aquarius, the ability to think a bit more clearly and to think a bit more out of the box about those new feelings and new circumstances that deal with reality and structure. Moon in Capricorn, sextiling Saturn in Pisces, the opportunity to bring your spirituality, your dreams, illusions, imaginations, feelings, and emotions, and by internally creating new limits and boundaries, you can create a new reality, first within, then without, that is backed and supported, that is originated in your dreams, illusions, and spiritual belief system. Okay? Build your dream reality. Build your dream circumstance. Moon in Capricorn, trining Jupiter in Taurus, the gift to expand your physical circumstance with wisdom, or that deals with wisdom and knowledge, by creating and acting on these new feelings and emotions through the Sun in Aquarius, right? But you gotta accept those new feelings. You gotta accept these new challenges. You gotta accept or act upon these new limits and boundaries. And then you can expand how fixed, physical, and how much sense you make with your wisdom and knowledge, or how much sense your physical circumstance makes by expanding your wisdom and knowledge by using those new feelings and new limits and boundaries. Moon in Capricorn, trining Uranus in Taurus, the gift to change your internal realm into a more unique, respectable, and profitable realm by initiating new limits and boundaries that are correlated or backed and supported by unique perspectives. Moon in Capricorn, sextiling Neptune in Pisces, creating new realities that come from great illusions, great imaginations, and grand delusions. Be careful. You can be creating a new reality that is just a big delusion. You know what I'm saying? And Moon in Capricorn, fatal attracting Pluto in Capricorn and Aquarius, right? So, initiating new process in your life, internally speaking, that can produce and attract the moon big transformations where you will initiate new business, new structures, and new networks, so you can transform your life as well by being fixed and unique in your mind, visions, actions, and expressions. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it. That's all for today, guys. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Capricorn, big heavy Saturn energy. Make sure you are building your own world. Make sure you are building your own character. Make sure nobody else is building your character. Make sure nobody else is throwing some naga spells on you and make you worried about their situation. Make you feel guilty about your situation. Because imagine that. The parents do that a lot. Imagine you live with your parents, or go back to the time where you lived with your parents, right? And they make you feel bad because they work a lot and their work ain't shit. And you're just a child, or you're like 17, or actually right now, there is a lot of 20-somethings, even 30-something people, right, years old, that they need to come back to their parents' house because they can't buy a house, rent's going crazy high, inflation is going high, right? And now the parents make the children feel bad because, oh, I'm so tired, my back hurt, I can't sleep well. Bitch, who chose that job? Who chose to keep, like, I'm not saying the children shouldn't do anything. Yeah, the children should have some income, but that's not about that. That's about the parents coming and complaining to the children and making the children feel guilty about their own situation. Bro, the children didn't choose your job. The children didn't chose to keep in that job. That's why the children is coming to your home, because they want something better. They want to initiate a new reality. They want to initiate a new circumstance. And your old ass, working the same job for years and years, is not complaining to the children. That's lack of Saturn, lack of perspective, lack of stability. You know what I'm saying? Lack of intelligence. The children have nothing, and now they're making the children feel that now you must work for me, or you must work so I don't have to work. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You had so much time to change your situation. You have so much time to create your own business, find a lighter job, create something with your friends or whatever. No, you chose to keep going on that comfortable job. You chose to keep going on what was already working. You just sowing what you just collecting, reaping what you sow. And your children are actually trying to do something different. So instead of gaslighting them, instead of throwing nag spells at them, you should see them as an example and be like, hey kid, can you open up an IG page so I can sell my shit? Boom! That's how you change the world with your kids. Instead of making them feel guilty, bro, they have nothing, bro, like, I have nothing to do with the career that my parents chose, right? But they, not right now, but back in the day, they would make me feel guilty about their life. Bro, what the fuck? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Oh, I have to work hard for you. Bitch, who chose to fuck? It wasn't me. I was a spirit. I just saw that light. I saw that light and it came right in. I didn't choose to fuck. I didn't chose. You chose to fuck. You chose to have me. Also, you have to work hard for me. You have to work hard for your decisions. The fuck you talking about, bro? Bro, I will be so pissed when they bring that shit up. Oh, you know I have to work so hard to give you food, to give you shelter. Bro, you made that choice. I'm very grateful. I'm not saying I'm not, but you made that choice. The fuck you talking about? You get what the, oh bro, my brain stops just thinking about that shit. I can't understand. I can't understand how they think that way. And my parents were pretty chill. My friends will tell me about their parents and it will be even crazier shit, right? Like I had a friend that their parents would force him to work in the summer, like we were in school, 6th grade, 7th, no, I think it was a bit later, but their parents will force him to work in the summer because I work hard, so you have to work hard too. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Why instead of you forcing your kid to work hard, why you don't create a business? Why you don't improve your situation? Why don't you look for better situations? Your kid is a kid. He's working on his own future. Why should he sacrifice his future to make you feel better in the present? And my parents did that, but very, very lightly. I mean, actually, it was kind of weird because my mama would put pressure on my father to take me to his work in summer, but my father didn't want me to work in the same place as he did because he knew that that place wasn't shit, so he didn't want me to do, and I was like in 5th grade. I wasn't even like 16. You know what I'm saying? It was just my mama being crazy hag. You know, oh, because I work hard, you have to work hard. Bitch, shut the fuck up, I'm not even 16, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It was some crazy shit. But that's all for today, guys. Make sure you have a clear perspective on your life. Make sure you are doing the best for your present and for your future. Okay? Don't settle down just because you're receiving some money and validation. Make sure you're working in something that can support you in the future. And make sure you are if you have kids, make sure you teach them how to do better because they're the ones taking care of you when you can clean your ass. They're the ones that will pay your foster home or something like that. They're the ones that will feed you the oatmeal or pay somebody to feed you the oatmeal. So if you ain't teaching them how to have a better life and better business, you will suffer from that in the future too. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, believe in yourself, believe in all possibilities. Make sure you're doing the best right now, and you will do the best tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Use the links down below, leave a like and subscribe, and the Sagittarius Cloud Surfer is surfing out.